Hello, it's 1 o'clock p.m. exact. And so about an hour ago I ate my lunch. I didn't have breakfast this morning. I didn't have breakfast this morning, but in order to hold me over, I had a cup of water and also fruit juice. Just 1 cup of fruit juice. But because of the high fructose corn syrup and the fact that it's not natural, and I think it's Minute Maid. Yeah, Minute Maid. It's not good. But I think I've been addicted. But still only one. I've been like craving. But usually I have like 1 cup of juice a day. And I like to mix the cranberry and pineapple. Usually the orange, but the orange juice, the orange juice, it's been tasting like water. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to tell anybody, but but I would like to mix the cranberry, pineapple, and orange all together in just 1 cup. And I guess that's a cheap, fake way of getting in your daily fruits. But nah, but I mainly drink water throughout the day. But I was feeling like I needed a break after every bathroom I cleaned today. But luckily, the bathrooms in the other building and the bathrooms up here, I didn't have to much worry. I didn't have to do really anything in here. But the first 5 bathrooms downstairs, I had a little work to do in them. So I'm just taking me another break, because usually you're allowed to get like, if you work 8 hours, you get 2 15 minutes breaks plus a lunch break. But I think if you work 4 or 5 hours, you get like 1 15-minute break. So but Mr. Darrell, he let us take 20-minute break. So I the fact that it's Monday and Tuesday, it's not all that crazy work to do. But one of the bosses, like, if it's not much for the bathrooms, then he says it's called side work. Do things on the side, like sweep the stairs, sweep the carpeted stairs. And now I have 2 flights of steep stairs rather than one. And sometimes I have to vacuum this room, or vacuum the hallway, or vacuum the administrative office, But I had to remember what I'm talking to. Talking to my phone and on YouTube, so I had to be careful with my words. So today wasn't that bad. You know, Today wasn't that bad, and I got 2 more hours to be on clock, and my heart is beating hard, still beating hard from walking up the stairs. So I heard that all that sleep deprivation can cause heart damage and brain damage. That's scary, and they do this. They do this to us. And last night, for a long time, they freaking vibrated me. They vibrated me for a long time, and I'm like, this is the most intense and the worst they've done in a while. So I'm still debating on whether or not to do the hotel room. Still debating, because I have a few things that I need, like I clean and sanitize personally, with the rubbing alcohol. I guess I've been back to doing that ever since I started this job. Because, if toilet water splash on my leg, then I use the spray bottle with the alcohol and spray it, or else I'll go crazy. So, and then I sometimes spray alcohol on my gloves to try to stretch out, not having to replace the gloves so much. But I figure I'll get, even though we got new stuff, I figure I'll get a couple of pairs of my own gloves, because of what Michael said. you know, but, I figure I get one time about a week or two ago, a couple of weeks ago, I got my own gloves and used them how I wanted to use them, but I still did the same thing, try to stretch them out by, instead of replacing them, just, use the sanitizer or something, you know. So I'm thinking about, trying to. They already have a regular vacuum cleaner for the regular carpet here, but for the um for the stairs, I was wondering if it would have been easier. If it would be easier if I got like a handheld vacuum cleaner to vacuum the stairs, and that could be quicker and easier and out of the way rather than that manual sweeping. But I know the manual sweeping, I know that's like, how do they call it? Like, I forgot what's that expression that they use, but but I know it's very hard, to try to. But I mean, I guess a handheld vacuum cleaner, I guess it would be like between $30 and $50 for a handheld one. So I don't know. I was just thinking, but I'm not sure if I'll follow through with it. And I need more trash bags. My own personal trash bags. I've been doing this, since before I started working here, and for quite a while. I always need trash bags for various different reasons. With me being homeless, I always need trash bags. But now I don't have as much convenience to get to go to Winn-Dixie. Well, every other week they have buy one get one free trash bags. So it's not that convenient to always get over to Winn-Dixie. But they have more. Publix is a little more convenient than Winn-Dixie, and plus there's more Publix locations than Winn-Dixie. So but if I gotta do everything, I gotta get a vacuum cleaner, gotta get trash bags, and I don't quite need trash bags right now, but I mean I use them to protect my bags from the rain, to protect my sleeping bag. My book bag from the rain, my backpack and my sleeping bag. Try to, and also use them if I have any trash. I don't leave anything by my sleep spot, or if they cause me to force diarrhea, and which I'm glad they haven't done that to me in a while. If they cause me to force diarrhea, I gotta, and I haven't even been needing to use the baby wipes either, really. The baby wipes, or they haven't been causing me forced diarrhea for a while. So I've been, pretty good. So I've been, yeah, I noticed that I haven't had to really use, the baby wipes, and they haven't been causing me forced diarrhea. But my first week here, they were causing me forced diarrhea. I'm like, they that mad and jealous about me getting a new job, but that's less I have to depend on people, or less I have to ask for, and I've been getting more accustomed to this job, and like feeling more used to things. I guess you have to sometimes expect the unexpected, because they change around things every day, and sometimes it's not announced. And so like one of the big bosses get mad recently that we use the cups we've been using. I was never told, but then some of the employees had told me, well, you can't use those no more. You gotta use these. I'm like, well, I'm gonna start. I have my water bottle, but I need to just start bringing my water bottle. So if I just use my own water bottle, then they won't have to worry about they won't have to. I don't have to worry about a hassle, But if I were to take my water bottle, and if I want to I'm trying to make myself stop drinking that fruit juice, but it helps curb my hunger in the morning if I'm hungry. It helps curb my hunger and helps me feel a little more energetic and functional, since I can't really get breakfast most mornings. So Mondays and Tuesdays is more laid back, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning is really crazy. We're trying to clean everything, and then you kind of could fall behind, especially Saturday mornings. But I got the first 4 bathrooms done within 3 hours, or probably less than that. No, I think I was on the 4th bathroom. It was like 9:30. But usually on the 4th bathroom, we have to get at the first. I have to get the first 4 done within before 11 o'clock when they open. So Michael had me start the first 2 at the front, then this one, then the other one, then the other 2 at the end. But I had to switch it up if they don't use these that much. But the other 2, if they need to be open, why don't I do those 3rd and 4th and then these, and do this one of the last ones, because they don't really use it during the day. Maybe only on weekends or at night, or sometimes the staff will come in here. But they have their own, the administrator, but they got their own bathroom. Why they come in here? I don't get it. They got their own bathroom, but they come in here sometimes. And so I didn't have much of anything to do in here today. I'm like, yay. So I'm just taking me another break, and otherwise I would be finished. But I'm just taking a nice long break before I nobody told me I had to do this, but I'm just gonna on my own free will, go and vacuum the administrative office. Well, I'm gonna ask them if they want it, if there's anybody there. If not, I'll just do it, and then I gotta sweep the other stairs. And what else I need to do? But and if there's any spare time left over, I'll voluntarily, on my own free will, just clean off some of with however much of mirrors they got. I don't know about polishing brass today, but sounds kind of fun, like waxing the car. Well, I never waxed the car before. So well, Michael was here today, and but he wasn't much like he stayed out of my way, but well, he said hi, and he told me that there's another new guy that he was training this other new guy. He said, "Oh, Candy, she's a very nice lady," and stuff like that, But Mr. Michael, he seemed like one of those people who I guess you would be like, how certain narcissistic abusers, you would think that they quote unquote strict, or they mean well, or they got to be perfectionists and stuff. And I still was thinking about doing a video, about how narcissistic abuse can cause the victims to have symptoms like OCD and stuff like that, But not all, but a lot of narcissistic abusers who I've freaking dealt with either been diagnosed with bipolar or on rare occasions ADHD. But a lot of times if somebody says, they brag about, I'm bipolar, but they be narcissistic abusers. But in New York, they try to falsely diagnose me with bipolar. My childhood psychiatrist would have never diagnosed me with bipolar. She knew me for all these years. But I know that psychiatrists fake, and it's more like, what their opinion of you is, not such a real diagnosis. or what they see you as, because they act like they can't even come to a consensus or agree on what your mental illness or mental diagnosis is. That's why they try to say, oh, you can't see two psychiatrists, because, but then if you have like a physical ailment, they got proof and evidence and X-rays or tests and stuff. But psychiatry, there's no test. It's just mainly their opinion of you or what they think about you. And they don't even know your whole life story or what you've been through, because you tell them the truth about the traumas and abuses you've gone through and stuff like that. And they'll just formulate an opinion. Sometimes I've had doctors, psychiatrists who formulate an opinion just by listening to me for 5 minutes and want to diagnose me as schizoaffective. And it's like Dr. Chakraborty or mainly my other psychiatrists, they would have never freaking diagnosed me with no doggone schizoaffective. So you're a damn newbie, you don't know shit. You just trying to think you're trying to be funny, trying to label me as schizoaffective or schizophrenic or crazy, or say I have a personality disorder, and you're just this new doctor, but you're not one of the main doctors who've been seeing me for years, But thankfully, I'm glad that I've been freed from psychiatry permanently since 2012. And I don't take no medication. I'm fine. And the gang stalking perps, they're mad about that. They think they have the authority to force me back into psychiatry and think I done lost my mind and went crazy because they're mad because I found out the truth about everything. And then you hear stories about psych patients. If a person sees a psychiatrist and take medicine, then they'll try to make it like that you got like no soul, or like your soul is gone, or look like your soul is being sucked out of your eyes or whatever. Like they'll make it like if you're a victim of psychiatry, it'll look like you are losing your soul. It's soul rape, soul robbery, that mental health. But anyway, so well, I made a truce with Roderick, and everything's fine. But so we've been getting along like normal lately, But but it's like, see, when it was just me and Roderick worked together, he act like he think he could be my boss, but then like the boss telling you what to do, even if it's the substitute boss. But you're just a coworker. But we made a truce and everything. But today it seemed like, I don't know if he was like I worked and then I took my break. I took my break after I worked for a while, and then it's like I was scrolling through my feed on my on the internet and the news feed and stuff, like the main news that you get before you start to scroll on the internet, when you open your main home page or whatever. And then I was scrolling down, and it had like a few different things, like a lot of stuff. Times they'll talk about the stimulus check, or they'll talk about something about have a news feed about New Orleans, or they'll have news feed about this, news feed about Pensacola, news feed about something strange in the news or whatever. But then randomly, Aaliyah had popped up in my news feed that was supposedly recommended, for something that was posted 3 days ago. I didn't look at it, but I was just scrolling down like I normally do on my news feed and trying to see, what's important or whatever, Or they'll have something like about travel or cooking or food or, many different things. But then like about 10 minutes later after my break, and Roger, I guess he must have took a little quick break and sat down, and we were talking about certain things that needed to be done. I'm like, we needed to get the lights replaced and fixed and stuff like that. Speaking of that, I see a few lights up here I noticed that some of them are out, but quite a few, almost half of them. This chandelier or something like that up there. But anyway, so then he had his phone, like he was blaring loud music, like every day when he worked. They don't say nothing, but they let us be on our own. But that's why I wear the earbuds and the MP3 player to black out loud noise and loud music, because they play loud music from the radios or whatever, So shortly after, I don't know if he wanted me to see that, but it was an image of Aaliyah, of all people, on. So I figured he was perping me with that, an image of Aaliyah on his phone, and he had his phone just like sitting on his lap and out in the open, and while he was blasting loud music, like, so I figured that's perping me, So I never had a conversation with him about Aaliyah. I never talked to him about music or whatever, but it's like, so even, when somebody, being nice to you, it's like, I call it, if they perping you while being nice, I call that fake nice, but, so I think Roderick didn't come yesterday because of being mad at Mr. Michael, and then, Mr. Michael, he surprisingly came today, but the other Mr. Steven was supposed to be supervisor over us, but they called him Mr. Michael or whatever. So, I tried to wrestle with myself, try to fight to not be bothered, about the Aaliyah thing, and just, try to continue to work and stuff, because it's like, it was made to look like I was the crazy one when I stood up to him trying to, tell me what to do. So now everybody got a problem with Michael. To me, it's not that if you tell us what we need to do, that's fine. But the fact that Mr. Michael was trying to talk to you like you don't have intelligence, and like we're slow or something, and then constantly in everybody's face talking loud and whatever, and then me being sleep deprived and everything. So I mean, when I stood up to Roderick, it was supposed to be made to look like I'm crazy. But when the consensus, everybody stand up to Michael, he's the one that's supposed to look like the outcast, But it was, but then he went through all that over exaggerated, avoiding looking at me, avoiding talking to me and stuff like that, and now everything's like back to normal, because if it was within the first like 2 or 3 weeks, so I still didn't, of course, know Roderick that well, so it's like, he tell me, I'm sitting here like, don't be trying to tell me how to do my job, whatever, because I've dealt with that in the workplace before. So I told him, well, if that's not what you meant, if you didn't mean any harm, then look, I apologize. So he's like, apology accepted. That's why I say narcissistic abusers, yeah, they be like, oh, apology accepted. Nah, he was doing all that passive aggressive stuff and perping me when he was giving me the silent treatment, just doing childish stuff. But I ain't gonna get no apology for that, But I felt like I would have rather like made a truce than to get frustrated and just up and quit. I felt like I couldn't afford to quit. Like I can't afford to quit or get fired, from this place, So I'm trying to hold on as long as I can, and it's helping me a nice bit if I need extra supplies of my own, or if I need certain things and I may not have to panhandle or beg or ask for people. So this is helping me out a bit, and so I'm still iffy about whether or not to take the hotel room for 2 nights. And they are more expensive than last year, because last year the hotels were like freaking $82.17. So now they be like 175, 185. Like, what happened? You know, so it's more expensive this year than last year. You know, and I can't go to that freaking Super 6 no more. And even the Quality Inn hotel, they even raised their prices. I can't go back to Hospitality Inn. So I'm trying to figure out where to go. You know, as I said, I can't afford to go to the hotel where it's cheap motel that if you get shitty service, you don't get your money back. And I'd be lost out on $200. And they'll be like, oh well, you know, if I get shitty service and you can't get your money back, you know. So that's why I try to find the lowest price decent spot that I could where I'm not banned from, you know. So I'm feeling sleepy and tired. So I'm gonna try to get back to work, and I'll see y'all later on.